Hey, 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 this is David Willis coming right back at you. Just wanted to make sure that I was recording. Hey, what I've decided to do, I've decided to put together a mentorship program and a members area to where I'm going to take a certain amount of individuals and help them invest in real estate. I've been in real estate for over 20 years. Back in the 1980s, when Carlton Sheik first came out with his program, I've been doing this for so long uh, that I've been able to gain a measure of success with it. I started off in this business as a loan officer. So I was doing loans many, many years ago. So, how does that help you? I know what individuals need in order to get qualified for a mortgage. I know what you need to get qualified for a mortgage. I've established relationships with loan officers, private investors, for private money, hard money lenders, all at my disposal. That's what it means for you. So I'm going to extend my resources to you in order that you are able to close more transactions. And if you never close a transaction, this will be your first experience. So I want to make this a great experience for those individuals. Now, I transitioned from being a loan officer to a licensed real estate agent. So, what does that mean for you? Well, number one, I have access to the MLS. I have access to uh, the MLS is the multi-listing services. Attached to that program, i.e., is ROC3. But attached to that program is many things than just the MLS. But what's important is this: it allows you to have access to public records. It allows you to have access to the most up-to-date and current information as far as buying and selling uh, houses in your market. It allows you to have access to reports to know what's going on in markets, to know if you should be investing in those markets, if it's a war zone. Not only that, it allows you to have access to what do you do inside of these markets. Is this a good market to flip properties? Is this a good market to just rehab and bring rent ready and flip properties? Is this a market to where you should just be wholesaling? It allows you to have access to that information. Also, I have many other tools, as you see, one that's on the screen here that you will have access to as well. And I'm going to go over what this tool do in a minute. But for now, I just want to, again, introduce myself, help you to understand that I do understand what I'm doing. I have been doing this for many, many years, and it has allowed me to accomplish and to gain many, many other talents. I'm an excellent marketer. I understand digital marketing. I understand all the social media platforms. I have tools and virtual assistants that will be at your disposal. I've established relationships with title companies that allow me to close transactions the way that I need to close transactions in order to get things done. Uh, Again, I have the knowledge to, if a deal is placed in front of us, it may not be a good wholesale deal, but it could be uh, a good deal to where we should use seller financing. So not only do you gain a property, but you gain a residual income. We all know that uh, the wealth is in buying and holding properties. To be quite honest with you, real estate was never designed to be a quick flip type of investor. It was always designed to gain wealth. So I understand what strategy you should use in what market. I understand how to read the markets and understand what we should be doing inside of that market, what strategy we should be using, what exit strategy we should be using, and also I have the resources to get things closed, private money, hard money, title companies, and a variety of other things that's going to help you close more transactions. So again, I'm going to help you uh, have a marketing budget. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to put up some of my funds to help you get started. I'm going to launch your first marketing campaign. Now, off of the deals that we acquired through this marketing campaign, we're going to split the profits. But you you have a small initial upfront fee, which is, I think it's about $97, and that's a monthly $97 fee. But with that monthly $97, what you're going to have access to far outweighs what you're paying in. Again, you have access to all my resources, all my knowledge, uh, my virtual assistant team, everyone that helps me do what I do. You have access to them, along with the many, many, many programs that I have to make things easier. So again, as you can see, we have a program up on the screen. Now, what this programs allow you to do, you can go in here. What this program allow you to do, you can go in here, you can put in any city in any state across the country, and you have access to all of the pertinent information that you need to be successful just with this one program. Let me give you a prime example. Okay, so I'm in Michigan. I'm down near Sterling Heights, Michigan. So, but for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to use Sterling Heights. Where I'm gonna look down in Lansing, Michigan. Uh, so we're gonna pop Lansing, Michigan in here. So as you can see, this just generated all of the information for Lansing, Michigan, far as the type of properties that we can go after for sellers and the cash buyers that's in there. It helps you to understand the properties that's on the MLS is 734. You got pre-foreclosures, you got auctions, you got foreclosures, you got 9,780 cash buyers. You have 751 properties that have liens on them. So now you got access to the properties that's having tax problems, but not only tax problems, but if it's whatever the lien is for, you have access to that information. You have access to vacant properties that's in the area, as well as you have access to high equity properties that's in the area. But now this is just a general overall of what you have access to. Now we can narrow this down by a great deal of margin and get precise with our targeting. So let me give you an example of that. Let's say, okay, we want to check out these vacant properties. Everybody knows, well, not everybody, but the majority of individuals that's invested in real estate understand that you have a great opportunity in vacant property if you can find the property owner. There's a system allowed to do that. We got skip tracing with accuracy. I mean precision accuracy. I've contacted people on here and they say, man, how did you find me? And I say, hey, that's my job. You have a property that's sitting here that I have interest in, and it's my job to find you in order to speak with you about that property. And you'll be amazed at the type of deals that I've done. I mean, I've done seller finance deals uh, without coming out of my pocket without coming out of my pocket with no money. And these individuals have been in a situation to where they moving out of town. I done gave people a few $1,000s. They moving out of town. I give them a few $1,000s, and I've done subject to. I've taken over the mortgage and everything, and not only that, they be moving. So now that they moving, they're not taking all of their uh, all of the things that they purchased with them. I've gotten cars, I've gotten houses, I've gotten a variety of different things at unbelievable pricing. So it's very very uh, useful. So again, we're going to filter this down just a little bit more. We're going to filter this down just a little bit more. So if you see here, we clicked on vacant properties. So now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on my filter. So now in my filter with the vacant properties, as you can see, we have vacant here. Do you want owner occupied, or do you uh, want non-owner occupied? Well, I like to start off with non-owner occupied because why? Because they are detached. They are detached uh, from the property. You know, sometimes with when you're dealing with properties, you have individuals that's been in these properties for many, many years, and they come somewhat attached. They raised their families in them and a variety of different things, and they emotionally attached to the properties. And those are some of the harder deals to negotiate, but they can still be done. But you know, sometimes that take a little bit more time. Where these I call these my slam dunks right here. You know, these are these slam dunks right here. So I would go with um, no owner occupied. And as you can see, that's going to start to dwindle down our list of properties. We started off with uh, 3,500, I believe. Now we're down to 3,118. So do we want occupancy status, occupied or vacant? We're gonna go with vacant. So we've already established that. But you can go into property characteristics. Okay. Well, now when you're looking at property characteristics, what you got single family condos, multi-families. You know, I also invest in land, so you can do land. But for the purposes of this, um, we're gonna go with single family, and one that a lot of people sleep on, that I made good money and found a good measure of success in, and it's really been unbelievable, is condos. Condos, do not sleep on condos. You know, they stay rented forever because it's similar to an apartment. But there's a few different things like you know when you purchasing condos, one of the things you have to understand, you know, what the association gonna allow and not allow. You have to understand, you know, you have to find out if the unit can actually be rented out. You know, a lot of these units, um, they have a certain condominiums, they have a certain amount of units that they're allowed to be rented out. Then they have a certain amount of units that they don't allow to be rented out in some cases. So you have to find that out. You have to understand if the unit can be rented out when you first purchase it. Some of them say, well, a person have to stay there for 2 years before they can rent it out. Now keep in mind, if you're using seller financing, if you're buying seller financing, you can sell seller financing. So if you're buying and you sell seller financing, that is not rent, that is actually a purchase of a property. So you want to make sure you understand that. But you do, there's some things that you do want to make sure that you understand about condominiums, but they are a great way to invest. So again, we narrowing down our characteristics to single family and condos. You know, for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to go through all the bedroom sizes and bathrooms and things of that. But what I consider, I invest a few different ways. You know, I like 3 2s, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. It just have to be. Uh, you don't want functioning obsolescence. So what does that mean? You have a 3 bedroom house with a 1 car garage. You don't want that. You can invest in that depending on uh, if you buying and holding. Yeah, but to do a flip, that's you know you kind of going against the grain. One bedroom these days and age, everybody, have two-car garage and up. So it is something that's obsolete. Like if it only have one car garage, then you know you got to take that in consideration. But what I call bread and butter, what I call my slam dunks, I like 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. When you start getting up above 3 bedrooms, uh, it, it makes a little bit of difference. But a 4 bedroom or a 3 bedroom or 5 bedroom, I'm not going to pay that much more because of the bedroom sizes. Now, I will pay that much more if the house is actually bigger. If I'm getting a bigger property, if I have a, a 2,500 square foot house and it has 4 bedrooms in it, I'm not going to pay no more than a 25 square foot house with 3 bedrooms. You know, once 3 bedrooms, once you hit 3 bedrooms, you start 4, 5. It's not going to make that much of a difference. I mean, it's a larger family, but for the most part, once you hit 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, basements, and family room, you got enough space in there. Then I'm not gonna pay no more for a 4 bedroom than a 3 bedroom because it has an extra bedroom. Uh, that's that's not how I do it. But anyway, 3 2, 3 1s. I even invest. I've had some bread and butter at 2 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2 bedrooms, a bath and a half. You'll be surprised. Families just starting out, especially when you're talking about some of these millennials and some of the younger generations uh, uh, that started out, and some people uh, had fiancés, and we thought this and we thought that, and things quite didn't go quite that way. Some individuals just now getting into situations where they ready to upgrade to bigger housing. So what I found in looking at 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, is that not only can you help these individuals upgrade and get a great deal, but you killing two birds with one stone. You're able to be involved in 2 transactions, you know, and that's a lot. That's it's a lot of that going on. Whereas the downgrade, it's some of that going on as well. If you're uh, marketing to the individuals that's been living in their houses for quite some time, and families, everybody's all grown, and maybe one of the spouses then passed away, or the kids are all in college. But what I found, there's a bigger market upgrading than downgrading. Uh, Again, I, I I I contact all of them. I'm just looking for a great deal. So back to this, we're not gonna get too much into the bedroom sizes. I'm not even gonna get into all the square footage and everything, all of those particulars. We'll do that on a more individual basis when we really narrowing down some stuff. But as you can see, right now we got, you know, uh, non-owner occupied, vacancy, that they're vacant. We have single family condos. We don't narrow this down to 1,733. Now you can go down there right here, MLS status. You can have them on the MLS or not on the MLS, on market, but we don't want none that's on the market. On the market, you know, I have a good way to again, with the level of success that I have, I contact agents and get pocket listings and kind of get some of these things off of the MLS as well. But for the purposes of this, we're gonna go off market. So we off market now, and then here you want below market value. I mean, you want below market value, but I put any in here because again, I'm not just looking for below market value, I'm looking for distressed owners. So if I find a distressed owner, it may not be below market value, but it could be a great seller financing deal that I can get into with little to no money. And not only that, again, I've gotten cars, I've gotten a variety of things from these seller finance deals that, I love them. I love them. So that's the purposes of leaving this on that. So then, if you get in here, you can get into foreclosure, pre-foreclosure here. You can put in the release date, the auction date, whatever you're looking for here. But for the purpose of this, I'm just gonna leave that blank. You get into the ownership, how long, how long how long uh, do you want the individuals to be living in the property? So you can put like a minimum of 5 years here, a maximum of 15 years, and that's going to dwindle it down big time. So now we put a minimum of 5, a maximum of 15 years. Uh, Here we left this at all. You got individuals, corporators, mixed trust, everything. I just leave that at all because, I want to talk with all of them once I start digging into and doing my due diligence. I'm gonna find out all that information anyway. But right now, we have 455 properties in Lansing, Michigan that's vacant, non-owner occupied. They single families, condos. They're not on the market, and these individuals have had ownership of the property for 5 to 15 years. And you can keep on going down even further. You can take this down to where liens. You can specify tax liens, HOA liens, merchant liens, child support liens, any kind of liens right here that's involved in the property. That information is here, but I just leave that as it is. But again, we can narrow that down. I just want to give you an idea of just one of the tools, and I have many tools, and I have virtual assistants running these programs. But this is just one of the tools, you know, that I use that you would have access to, that's going to greatly impact your future in real estate investing. And you can get on the vacancy equity and all that. So, but for now, this this is fine. I just want to again show you what we're capable of, what you're capable of. Now, here's what we have over here. Now, with our filters turned on, now we started off with 3,527 with the filters turned on that we want. We done drilled this thing down to 455 properties. Now, what you can do, you can save this search. You can save the search and do a variety of other things. We narrowed it down to 455 properties. Now you can skip trace these properties. Here's the price that I'm charged. Here's the price. Here's the price that I'm charged for skip tracing. You get phone numbers, emails, and a variety of different things here. So all this is just one system. Once you got your list skip trace, once you got your list skip trace, you can start, you can start contacting these owners and reaching out to them, finding out about the property. The skip tracing is amazing. The accuracy is unbelievable. Again, I've contacted individuals and they want to know, how did I find them? And it's through the programs that I have utilized. Uh, I have other programs that I utilize that has excellent skip tracing as well. Also, once you skip trace these programs, this system also allows you to uh, create a website so you can have a web presence, and it also allows you to send out uh, voice messages. So once you script tracing, you have a phone number, you set it up on autopilot, and it automatically dials out and start contacting the individuals over the phone with your message. Uh, Once you have their email address and you have your website up, it automatically starts to contact the individuals uh, with email messages. And it's just amazing. This is just one of the amazing systems that we have to offer. So again, leverage my years of experience, level all of my resources, all of my contacts, all of my programs, and let's work together so that we all can gain a level of success. You know, what I've found in my life is people helping people is what makes the world go round. That's why I'm not trying to uh, charge a lot of money up front for this. What I'm trying to do is to get you to making money so that we can make money together. So again, I'm going to put up the initial upfront fee for your marketing. I'm going to allow you to utilize my resources. I'm going to allow you to utilize my contacts. I'm going to allow you to utilize my experience, and we're gonna make some money together. Again, the initial fee is gonna be $97. That's gonna be a monthly fee. That's gonna help to recoup some of, not a lot, but some of the money back from the marketing budget, from the virtual assistant that I'm gonna have working with you, and for some of those things that it's going to acquire in order to make this happen. So again, this is David coming right back at you. I look forward to investing with you. And as always, have a blessed day. Thank you.